Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? It is, what time is it? It is 4:05. And do you hear that? Absolutely nothing. I came home to a quiet house. No wife, no kid, nobody. I'll put something back in front of the camera here. I didn't feel like holding it today so I could show you a couple things, go through a couple things. But um, it is absolutely quiet. You could hear a pin drop in this house. And with the wife and two kids and two cats, mind you, Faith is not on my lap. It's actually hysterical. She's sitting over across the other side of the room. Maybe she doesn't know I'm recording. Whatever. But the house is quiet, so I wanted to throw another video out. I have been talking about doing behind the sticks, getting to know Explicit a little bit, and I wanted to start that. Just go off the cuff. I put a couple things on paper here, crazy little piece of paper, and just go with it and see how this goes. I have a couple of ideas I want to talk about, and so yeah. All right. So first off, I'm still waiting for my laptop to come back in. I heard that it finally made it to the HP place through PC Richards. I don't know if that's across the entire country, but here in New England, we got PC Richards. It's like every other company that lasts for 10 to 15 years and disappears. But they're great. I've gotten every TV from them. But they have my laptop. They're hopefully fixing it. Oh, here comes the cat. Hey, Twitch. You gonna jump up? Yep. Don't break yourself. So, first off, I want to talk about. I want to, once I get it back, do a crash reel. I've been getting in this new thing about, I find a song I really like and then fly to it first. And there's a song from a group or a guy. It's called 2 Feet, and the song is called "Go F Yourself." The beat is phenomenal. It's a short song, but I think it would be super dope to fly or crash to that. So I'm gonna have to save up a bunch of crash clips. Usually, after I'm done flying and using the video segments that I make, I end up just tossing them, and I want to start saving all of them so I can go back, show some progression and some stuff like that. And I'm gonna start saving video clips now, and I'm gonna make my first crash wheel. And I'll be honest, I crash a lot, um, much less more times than I care to admit. But and there's a good dent in the roof of the house from a good 60-mile-an-hour slam from the porch. So yeah, that should be fun. I look forward to that, but am frightened to show how bad some of these things could be. But like I said, this is Behind the Sticks, episode one, and I want to do this as a regular thing, and I'm going to do it live. I'm going to pick a time, probably, evening time, maybe a Friday night, Saturday, probably a Saturday night because I've been going to the cigar shop for quite a while on Saturday night, and I want to do like a Q&A within it, so people can ask questions. You know, I want to get to know you guys, the followers, because that's what drives this channel. That is my main focus, to helping and putting a smile on people's face. Showing video footage, because if what I talked about the other day, if you're as addicted to flying as I am, I look forward to get on YouTube every day at lunch break and see somebody's new flying. And there's so many awesome pilots. I'm gonna start putting a list in the description and talk about it in this to some of the people that interest me. And one of the big ones. Look at that dust. Holy shit. Johnny FPV would be the first person that stands out because of his very cinematic style. And he kind of inspired me in a sense, because that's kind of where my flying's going. Because I'm not a super fast flyer, I'm not a super aggressive. I don't do 100,000 flips, rolls, bounce off roofs, and that skateboard move where you go up, tap the wall, and come down. I don't even want to attempt that, to be honest, because I'll end up breaking the fuck out of the quad. So, my style being a little bit different, I watched some of the guys that do that, some really sick locations. He was on a boat, a big ass yacht, flying over the ocean and shit, and it was nothing hardcore, other than the fact he was flying over water, and it was just super badass. Yeah, that's true. But I really enjoy his flights. He's very smooth, methodical with his moves, and I think it was his old house. Some of the first stuff I saw from him, where he flew, and he had a decent sized yard, but what he was able to do in that little confined space in between the trees and the roof just absolutely blew my mind. God, I would have had holes in the wall, gone through the window. There would be no quad left. It'd be on fire. The video would be just strictly a slow motion, which I've been doing a lot of lately, of my quad just on fire. But I love and respect his talent, and yeah, so that's where my videos are going. Um, the big thing I want to talk about, I love my intro, outro, And hopefully when I get my laptop back, it's not erased because I'd have to redo it and I might change them. But I do not have a logo. I want to come up with a logo, so I would love to throw it out to um, the followers to see if anybody's got artistic talent other than flying to creating a simple, explicit FPV logo. I'm not putting any restrictions on it. I was thinking about doing just a really fancy X and an F for, explicit and then FPV. Um, just something simple because I want to start making stickers. Two of the guys that I have as pilots, what is the best style? Smooth or aggressive? Um, it depends, I find myself more smooth. I tend to fly like a bird. I don't know if it's OCD or, once I sit down to fly, I've already scoped out the place. And if you've watched a bunch of my videos, I fly a lot at my house. It's not the most exciting layout. Visually, it's not like flying over the ocean where I was at Lord's Point, but I love the obstacles. I got the power lines, shooting over the roof, coming down the roof like a ramp, trying to sneak between some of the trees, flying over. But I scoped that out. I kind of planned it out in my head, and every turn and flip and stuff is deliberate. I try to create, one solid, this is what I'm gonna do thing because that's how nuts I am. But again, I can't fly super aggressive. I don't think my talent has gotten there yet. Where if I'm flying full tilt all the time, I'm not giving myself enough room to correct or not crash, hit a tree. But I mean, as you progress, you slowly move faster and faster. And I definitely see that within my own flying. But everybody has their own style. There's a guy that I follow, Gappa Doom. That motherfucker, the throttle is full tilt the entire freaking time until the battery either catches on fire or he ends up destroying it in the ground. And I love the dude's flow. The music is always on point with him. Always like thrash, heavy metal, if I'm correctly saying that. And I love his style. That I love watching his videos because he's just absolutely full tilt and he makes great, great videos. But then, like I said, I don't fly like that. I can't fly like that. That's just me, and I'm curious to what other people, how they rate themselves, as in what their style is, what they look for in videos. Any recommendations? I'm in New England. Any sick locations that I can fly that I haven't thought of that, people won't harass or get the cops called and shit. Um, I would definitely like to do that. And again, I'm only a small time guy, but if anybody's in the New England area, I'm in Connecticut, and anybody wants to get together and fly, shit, we'll have a barbecue here. We got a huge field, or we'll find somewhere to fly. I'd love to get to know some of the people that follow, try to bring it home, and it's a big family. What else do I got? Crash reel, behind the sticks, and with the logo idea, I I'm throwing the idea if somebody comes up with something that absolutely throws me for a loop that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna give away a quad. I think I have a quad in mind that everyone loves. Anyone that's followed me, I'm not gonna give any more hints than I've flown it, and I've flown it a lot. I may give that away. I think I will if people confirm and start sending stuff. Um, I'll ship it to you. I'll ship it to you with the batteries I have, all the accessories, and the case I made for it. I think that'd be a great idea. I have one person in mind that if he attaches to this idea, would love this quad. 'Cause every time I fly it, he jumps out and goes, "That's my favorite freaking quad." But I'm not gonna say anymore. I think my wife's coming home. But what else am I working on? Have to go by. Thanks for jumping in, bro. Oh, yeah, hitting a window like a bird. I actually was chasing or flying with a bird that was not afraid. It made a nest early in the spring and it was living in my gutter that I had to finally remove. But the bird kept flying around the house, so I started copying its pattern because it was flying around the house, landing on the roof in the same spot, and kept doing it. So I started doing it, and I came around the house too quick, and there was the window. Thank God I didn't go through. I was flying something small, so it didn't hurt anything. But hell, my wife jumped out of the fucking couch, off the couch, and she thought I went through the window. What else? I'm gonna do something different that's not quad related. I started off with this channel as a car thing, and I've been modding my Honda Element still on and off a little bit, and I switched from HIDs to LED bulbs, and I'm waiting till tonight because I have to adjust them a little bit to see how they look. I'm gonna do a video on it and a review. Um, and throw that out there too. You know, if you guys are following and you're only quad and stuff, but you have car interests or into that shit, um, I do a lot of that, and maybe I should be getting back into it more and not just, you know, narrow what I've been putting into the channel a little bit to broaden my horizons. The fuck, my cats are apparently fighting. So yeah, I'm gonna do a review on those because if you're into technology and headlights and stuff, it's a pain in the ass trying to figure out what's actually good. You can't really believe all of the reviews. Can you two knock it off? And I think these absolutely fit the bill. They're an H4. They're on an '04 Honda Element, a very rare 5-speed. I love my freaking car. They're 65K. They were under 50 bucks. I had a coupon and some money from my birthday, so I ended up swapping out the headlights. So stay tuned for that. Let me see if I can take this off this here without dropping it here. My father, for my birthday, got me this cool case. Let me close it first. It comes from a place called Harbor Freight. It's a replica. He was actually going to use it, I think, but he thought I would have a better use for it. Let me get off my ass real quick. So I spent 45 minutes trimming this thing. It looks like something out of that Minecraft game. Forgive, take this out with one hand. So I got my poor boy here that is still waiting to get the flight controller replaced. This fits like a glove inside here. And the other quad that has its props on and why it's not in there, it's side by side with it. Yeah, look at that. See, it drops right in just without props. They fit perfectly. They don't wiggle around. Obviously, this thing's waterproof. I'm not going to test it just for the fact that I love these freaking quads. And if the damn thing leaks, I would cry like a schoolgirl. Put that back up there. All right, so I haven't really talked about this guy, too. Reaper is flying. It's actually flying pretty good. You know, considering this is one of my favorite quads because of the look and it's unique. This was my first quad and I've talked about it a bunch of times. I unfortunately crashed it on one of the tests and destroyed the shell that Quadfather had designed for me, and that broke my heart because it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever damn seen. So I ended up getting my hands on a cheap set of replacement ones so I could fly it. I took it to the field and did some videos with it that are sitting on the GoPro that I eventually will make. I'm going to use this more as my cinematic, not really flipping and doing any of that shit, but just go to cool places and fly it because it's a lot heavier than most. With having the camera up higher, not that it's a huge weight, it does change the characteristics of a little bit. I tweaked the tune, and that will lead me into, I can't do it, but the segment I want to talk about. There's an app that my boy Shiloh, he turned me on to. I guess it's been around for a little while, and I think I actually downloaded it and not realized it was the same one, but it's called SpeedyBee for your phone, and I use it. I brought the on-the-go cable that comes with my Note 8, and let me see if I can get to it real quick. I have one screw, and I did it this way kind of on purpose. It takes an extra second to get to, but if you look up in there, there's the USB, because I have a Cicada all-in-one, one key, Allen key out of here, which I always have on me. Swing this out, move these out of the way, and I probably could get it from sliding in, but I wanted to keep these from wrangling around, so I have these this way versus going any other way. Plug the cable in, turn on the app, it automatically recognizes, and you can do everything that Betaflight can do, and it's free. So I went out there, I flew it, and I had, I think, the super rate up way too high. So when you go to flip it, the thing just overflipped. So I wanted to slow that down, so it made it more gradual. I'm not going to use this to be hardcore freestyle. And I'm going to change these props. I don't like how they fly on this one in particular. The other motors I had, the 2300 kV, I thought these things were perfect for, but these are going to end up becoming backup or on a different setup. I got an idea that I'm thinking for a build, so I may save these. But anyway, I did just a quick little fun. I added some teeth. It's kind of my thing lately to this. It's got the cool LEDs, which worked great for orientation and night flying and shit. They fit in the case unless I get replacement, which I might do if I only go fly one quad somewhere, which is unheard of, but you can replace the foam with this. I glued, let me get this out of the way. I glued this foam, where's my hand? There you go. This foam to the bottom one, so it's all one unit, but you can take both of them out, so you could swap out. And then I gotta start the sticker bomb on this thing because it absolutely has nothing, and I don't leave anything alone. So that's that. What else? Whip 2.0 is super badass. I love flying that thing. Ductrix FPV Pro, whatever it is, the one that has Betaflight. I haven't flown it in quite a while. I want to get rid of it. So if anybody's interested in this, I will give you a mega sick deal. It's got extra props in the bottom. You get the case with it. It's got an upgraded frame, the upgraded gold motors from Newbie Drones. If you're interested in it, it is Spektrum and only Spektrum protocol, so that's the only downfall to that. But if anybody's interested in this little guy, it'd be a good winter flyer because fall is not far off in winter. So you guys would have something to rip around in, and I think you will not be able to say no to that deal if you're interested. All right, so I think that's it. Throw me some questions if you guys have any ideas of a topic. I'd love to. Again, I'm not the most educated person on any particular topic, but I'd be honest, it'd be fun to kind of answer some fun questions, see what kind of crazy bullshit I can come up with. But let me know if Saturday night works. If people are actually interested in doing a live crazy show, I'll have some guests. The Fireside Cigar guys can come over, and they're greatly entertaining. I love them too. Connor and Josh Shout. They have never, but I think they would be great for comic relief and some of the nuttiness things. We've been talking because both of them have been super busy, so Fireside Cigars hasn't done anything in 2 or 3 months, but we will be jumping on that soon. Now that it's hopefully going to start cooling off and we can do some more fires again. Logo idea, please shout me if you're interested in doing a logo, and I will definitely give something away. And if it's super kick-ass, then you will definitely get a super, super kick-ass thing that is, it's got to be $100. It's got to be worth about $100. Case, props, all that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for spending some time with me. I'm going to go get ready to go get some shopping. Taco night. It's fucking taco night. It's not even Tuesday. And, oh yeah, I should have wrote that shit down on here. I want to change the sounds. I love some of the sounds I have on here. I know there's sound packs. If anybody knows where I can get sound packs or whatever, just sound Peter Griffin, I think that would be super badass. So hit me up. Let me know. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. And we'll talk soon. Deuce.